Welcome to
Burger Edition,
the show where we review burgers and go terribly off topic. This is episode 116, Pierrette Patates. Matthew?
Yes, Sebastien.
It's been a long time since we've done a podcast.
It has. I think we should just skip right to episode 130.
Yeah, that's where we should be anyway. We could just pretend that the others were lost in the cloud.
Yeah, or you, the listener, has foolishly overlooked the last 15 episodes, and it's on you.
And they're nowhere to be retrieved.
No.
So many $100 burgers during that period.
It was really, I think, the golden age of Burger Edition.
Actually, we've been on a 2-month unplanned hiatus. We've returned to find our normal podcast studio basically under construction.
In shambles.
In shambles. There are guys on I want to say rafters. What is the word that they're on? Scaffolding.
They're not on rafters.
Scaffolding outside, just sandblasting walls. It's so we've transferred into a hallway. You may hear that in the audio, a little more echoey than you're used to.
Yeah.
But what are you used to? You haven't heard this podcast in 2 months.
Terribly inconvenient for the day that we chose to come back to have these guys literally, like I could touch them if I opened my window. Like redoing the grout in between bricks, sandblasting. It's a loud business.
It's very loud, very loud. So if you hear any construction type noises in the background, it's Montreal in the summertime. I mean, it's not actually summertime, but basically.
Oh yeah. It's June.
It's June.
That's summer enough. Before I knew when months, which months correlated with which seasons of the year, I just assumed the June, July, August was summer.
You know, it seems like it should break down that way, right? I mean, in my mind, June, July, August, summer. September, October, November, autumn.
Yes. I think we may have talked about this before, but that just feels like the perfect breakdown. December, January, February, that is winter. March, April, May, those just sound like spring months.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, no.
You know, who are we to say?
I never got to cast a vote.
I wish, maybe we should start a GoFundMe.
Redo the calendar.
Or maybe not GoFundMe, a petition. Petitions.org. Change when the seasons start. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, yeah. But I don't know. Don't get me started because I would need to add a bit. I would need to add some months in between because I feel like Halloween...
Wait a second. You want to add months?
Well, I want to add some time in between. I want to get rid of some time before October 31st so that it's warmer on Halloween. Not that much more warmer, but like I don't want to fear snow. I want to be able to go out in a costume.
But Matthew, it's Halloween. Shouldn't you have fear?
Touche. And then for winter, I'd like to add maybe half a month in between Halloween and Christmas.
A little too close together for your liking.
A little too close, and also it sometimes doesn't snow on Christmas, and that just ruins the year. I only have...
Global warming.
What, maybe 50, if I'm lucky, Christmases left. So I need them to be white Christmases. And if I have to change the calendar.
Just, you know, Matthew, you're one to celebrate Christmas for a solid month. When did you get rid of your Christmas tree this year?
Definitely before my birthday. February 20th.
Okay.
So at some point.
So, you know, there's 50 Christmases, but man, do you milk every drop out of those Christmases? Every peppermint drop.
Peppermint drop?
I'm just thinking of like wringing out a candy cane.
That's not how it works. You'll crush it. You know nothing of candy canes. Yeah. So anyway, here we are. Episode 116.
We've been away for a while. So it's been 2 months. I took some personal time, then got tremendously ill, which resulted in me throwing out my back. I was out of commission for weeks.
Tremendously ill. What do you mean by that?
I was so sick that I injured the muscles in my body by coughing. I was out of commission for over a week.
Well, I mean, tremendously ill at this stage in our lives is usually close to terminal.
Okay.
Like, it sounds much worse.
We're not that old. Okay.
You threw your back out coughing.
Yeah, okay. So we're getting old. I had a terrible cold. Do you prefer that, Matthew? I had one of the worst colds in my life. One of the worst colds I've ever had.
It dawns on me that we lead quite abysmal lives.
Oh, yes.
In the last 2 months.
Oh, it's been a rough patch for us, Matthew. Not too many burgers eaten. No podcasts recorded. So yeah, I got really sick. Coughed so hard that apparently I threw my back out.
Yeah.
Went and saw a chiropractor. That didn't really do much. I basically just had to stretch it and wait it out, give it time to heal. And I went back to work, and someone was telling me, like, Sebastien, you're not a young man anymore. You can't be doing the things you do anymore. I said, I got a cold. I wasn't like doing anything crazy. I just got a cold.
Colds will kill you at this
I guess, yeah. Once you start getting old, just a little pneumonia or a cold will take you out.
Just a little touch of pneumonia.
Yeah.
Did who was telling you this? Someone younger or older than you?
Someone younger.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh, yeah, much worse.
Makes you feel real old.
Yes. Matthew, you once I'd recovered, which was a while, I contacted you. We were supposed to record a podcast. This is weeks ago. You told me you were out of commission now. Do you want to explain what took you out?
The sun, man. The sun. It just devastated
that early May sun, really.
The first nice day. So there was one day of sun that apparently nobody remembers because I went out on the roof of my building because I was just going to take full advantage of this
first sunny day in a long time.
This promenade of solar rays, and I just wanted them to. I wanted my body needed it, and as you remember from last year, I was getting really into the idea of tanning. Can't skin cancer be damned, I thought. But I think I never had a burn as bad as this occasion. And I went up onto the roof, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3. And the thing about burns is that they don't happen right away.
No.
So I thought I was fine. I kept looking down and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And then I went in, and a few hours later, I just started feeling like just a little way too tight, like a grape drying out, like a you know what it really felt like, actually, like when you barbecue a hot dog, but you barbecue it for too long and the skin just gets so tight, and then eventually it splits.
Yes.
That's how I felt.
Did your skin split?
It definitely peeled.
Okay, yeah. Eventually,
yeah. I was really waiting for that peeling because I knew once you start to peel, that's when you start getting better. But I was so red. I was uncomfortably red. Like I was walking around for at least a week, pretty much naked and just covering myself in aloe and gels. It was a sight to behold.
Pretty much naked.
I had underpants on. That was it.
At home?
At home, yeah. But I tried to stay at home.
So you said like walking around with pretty much naked, covered in gels and aloe.
Yeah,
I'm just imagining a shiny Matthew walking around, a shiny red Matthew, like a fresh tomato.
Yeah, I was tomato red, and I had work the next 2 days, and I successfully managed to avoid seeing anybody for 2 days, other than the one coworker, which I basically said I'm not going to be seen today. So I'm here, but I'm in the shadows.
Fortunately, you work somewhere without any sunlight. You could just stay in the darkness.
But I also, just to get from my place to work, I put on a windbreaker with the collar up. I had a baseball cap with the rim down, very low. A pair of big aviator sunglasses.
Looking like a celebrity.
Yeah, or like a Unabomber or something.
Yeah.
Or a burn victim. And I would also pretend to be on my cell phone.
So that no one would talk to you?
Well, so that half of my face was covered.
Oh my goodness, Matthew.
I was really bad. Like you would do the same if you were me. I was so red that I didn't look like myself. I looked like someone out of Chernobyl.
Oh God.
It looked like I had radiation poisoning. It looked that bad. It was the worst burn I had ever seen. And it was on me. I understand now why the Washington Redskins is so offensive because it hurts so badly, and you don't want people making fun of that,
funny,
and then just using it as their campaign or their logo.
How long were you basically a week before you had peeled and you felt back to normal?
Yeah, I'd say 4 days before I felt like I could re-enter society, but not comfortably in pants. After that, I think I started to adapt. New skin started to form, and my old skin started to peel. But then came a week of just horrible peeling. Like I was leaving skin everywhere, man. Ugh. And you can't stop the peeling. Like it does it on its own. But you just want to keep going. Yes. And eventually, and I remember it reminded me of when my dad had a really bad sunburn, and me and my sister, we were very young, and I don't know why, but it was the most fun to just spend the evening peeling my dad's back skin. Ugh. And I remember we got huge chunks, like huge, like it was a contest between my sister who can get the biggest piece, and we got like dessert plate sized pieces of skin off. So gross. And eventually you're pulling, and eventually you get to the good skin. Oh, so that's all. It's always weird to know when to stop.
Not ready to be peeled skin.
Yeah, and it gets thicker. It's like when you're peeling any meat, really. When you're
what meat are you peeling?
Oh, you ever like get a little piece of chicken and you start to pull a bit of the chicken skin, but it digs in deeper, and all of a sudden you've got like a
big piece,
big deep. Like you're starting to get to the meat.
So you tell me you pulled hunks out of your father's back?
Yeah, we saved it in a little plastic container.
Ugh, yeah.
I'm all better now, but I only got the front of my body, so I got to get the back next time we have good.
Get a nice sunny day. Just lie on your face on the roof of your building for 2-3 hours.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Nobody remembered the sun was out that day because it was a horrible week, and then followed by another horrible week, and it was only out for like half a day. So when people did see this sunburn, once it was tolerable, people just was like, how did that even happen? What did you do to yourself? Where'd you go? I was like, I just sat in the sun. But
well, now you know. Maybe it's because you sat on the roof of your building. You're that much closer to the sun. Sit at ground level.
It sounds crazy, but it really feels like it makes a difference. Like I feel like when I stood up on the roof, I was like, "Oh man, my shoulders."
you know, maybe you were right under the hole in the ozone layer, so it just shot right through.
Maybe
telescopic effect.
I don't know how it works, but the sun's supposed to give you energy, and it tuckers you out when it gets into your body.
It's very true. They always say that, but it is very true. Yeah. Spend a day out in the sun, and you're just ready for a nap.
Yeah. What is it? Vitamin D. Vitamin D, not vitamin C.
No.
Vitamin. It just sounds like vitamin C because the sun looks like a giant orange.
Okay.
So I compare them.
I mean, when you look at what do you mean? You look at the sun and it looks like a giant orange to you?
Well, it's big, and I mean, I guess it's yellow, but it's also orange.
Is it? It's just kind of white. It's just a fireball shooting light, isn't it?
I don't see white. I think I see yellow. I think if you're coloring.
How often are you looking at the sun for starters?
You got to know if it's out there.
Yeah, well,
and and sometimes
look at the ground to tell that.
No, but I like to look up to see if there's any mist, any haze in front of it, any clouds passing. Okay. I'm not looking at it during a solar eclipse. Just a regular sun, just a quick glance.
Okay,
it's there for me to look at. It's weird. Stars are white, but the sun is yellow.
I mean, they're all fireballs.
They're all fire, yeah. Sure, they are. I'm not arguing, but there's a color to it. Fire's a color.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, it sort of depends on what it's burning, right?
I guess, but I'm sure there's a Crayola like sun yellow.
Not like dandelion or daisy or something.
There's so many yellows. They got to attribute them to different.
Bumblebee, school bus. So Pierrette Patates.
Yes.
3,900 Rue Verdun, right near Deux Metro. Matthew, we actually went to this burger joint about 2 months ago, and for personal reasons, we decided not to record that day. And then, everything we just explained, and then some, we weren't able to record and explain this burger and properly review it. So we had to go back and have it again.
That's how dedicated we are, because I don't remember it being a particularly great burger, not one worth going back to. Not directly after.
No, not for it to be the next burger for us to eat again. But we put in the effort, put in the time. We went and got this burger twice. I paid first time, you paid second time, so it really balanced out.